Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
Cool. So do you guys know where we're going to go with this? No, not a clue. No.
Do we need an intro, though? I know you're recording, but do we got to do like an intro?
Oh, I decided.
I know Jeremiah is going to intro in general.
This is a blooper reel right now, and so I liked where it was going and how we all said it was going to be a crap show. Nobody knows where it's going.
I mean, those are the best podcasts. Honestly, my favorite ones are just where people are talking because that's, I feel like, where I learn the most stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to start off, we need to tell who we are. Otherwise, Jeremiah's going to be like, where do I start this podcast?
So I guess before we go that, I guess then this is the blooper. Now this is where we pause, and then we go into the famous intro.
You said you were going to do it.
All right.
So go for it.
I had to let him turn the corner. He's going to hear it anyways. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. This is Ricky Rodriguez with Ricky Pulling On Service. Thank you for joining the Growing Green podcast. And I'm here with my co-host,
Aaron, with Aaron's Lawn Care.
That's not what you said you were going to do.
I thought you were going to do Jeremiah, so I threw me off with Savannah.
I was doing Jeremiah, but I was like talking really fast.
I don't know
with a little bit of mumble rap.
He does mumble a little bit sometimes. Not to be mean, but you're right.
I cannot talk with a slow Southern talk like Savannah.
Okay.
I was just doing a women's voice.
I thought you were going to do Savannah's voice. Go ahead and give it to us. I guess this is a blooper reel.
I don't know Savannah's voice. I really don't.
You were doing pretty good earlier.
You need a knife to play with,
so he doesn't want to do it.
Oh, hold on.
Channel Savannah energy with something sharp. There you go.
There we go.
So what are you playing with, Aaron?
It's a knife. It's not dangerous. No, I'm just opening and closing it.
You need to stop.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Anywho.
Why are you doing that?
I am Aaron with Aaron's Lawn Care. I've been on Jeremiah's podcast before. He's trusted us with this thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It'll be a train wreck, and that's okay.
We'll finish introducing ourselves, and then I guess we'll dive into it.
Sounds good. Well, where are we going to start? Okay.
Ricky, you go next.
Sounds good. Or I start. Or no, you. Well, you know what? Let's go that way. You're right. I'm messing this whole thing up already.
So I'm Kyle Fossey. I own Fosse Bros Outdoor Service out of Minear, Illinois.
Sweet.
I'm Jacob Hartman. I own Hartman Landscaping, LLC, and I am proudly the furthest traveling member of LAL 2023. From
Nice. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They won the prize for being the farthest. That was awesome.
Yep, Southwest Washington State.
Yeah. I'm not that geographically inclined, so you telling me that still doesn't.
It's very far away.
That I understand. If you
so
won
the
the prize.
problem is when I say I'm from Washington, everyone assumes it's Washington, D.C., and then
honest,
I'm like, no, yeah. I'm like, no, it's Washington State. And then people are like, oh, you're from Seattle. I'm like, no, I'm not from Seattle. Seattle sucks. It's a terrible, terrible place.
Sorry, Seattle people.
Yeah. No, I'm not sorry. If you're from Seattle, I'm not sorry. It's bad. And you know it's bad. You're just there for some reason anyway. I don't know why. I'm like 2 to 3 hours south of Seattle. Actually closer to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Which also sucks, doesn't it?
It does. I avoid that as well, typically. Yeah.
I mean, you can go down that route, but for the record, a lot of bigger cities are not what we like.
Agreed.
I mean, if we're being honest.
Got it.
But, so who are you?
Who am I? I am Ricky Rodriguez with Ricky's Pro Lawn Service. I've been in business since 2012, and I'm out in Florida.
You're old. You've been in business so much longer.
You say that, but it's funny. I'm only 33 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We're the same age.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Awesome.
So, I mean, I guess a good thing to start off with is
where are we?
Where are we?
Yes. That's where we got to start. I think we're going to do a little pitching and catching. We're going to be working this thing out right here.
So,
because he didn't want to be on. He was ready to rock, but
I'm down for whatever.
They don't know who we're pointing at, so that's awesome.
yes. Kyle, this is his first time.
First ever podcast, yes, sir.
And he gets stuck on with 3 people who are not podcasters. I mean, that is a hard pill to swallow. I'm Flipping my knife.
I was just about to call you out. Aaron over here is actually fiddling his pocket knife. This thing is bigger than his hand, and he's just opening and closing, opening and closing. And we made eye contact at the same time when he realized what he was doing wrong. Well, I mean, you said you were going to be Savannah today, so.
There was my shot. But we're at LAL 2023.
Hoorah.
Ricky, how many years have you been here?
This is my first year.
What was it like for you being your first year?
Oh, man, it was awesome. I guess you could say it was exactly what I expected because I've been listening to the podcast for years, and I just never made the jump to come through. But that's because I didn't have my business in place. I didn't have my business right. And so traveling was not a thing for me. I needed to go out and work. I have 3 kids and a wife. And it was, to provide, and that's it. And so to not go down that long rabbit trail there, it was exactly what I expected. Obviously, they're all different. The reason why I say it's exactly what I expect is because the way not only Brian hypes it up, but everybody hypes it up, talking about how great it is. I mean, the speakers we had, oh, my gosh, man. Phenomenal. Off the chain. And so I love the experience. I came here with my wife, which was awesome. She had a whole notebook full of notes, and I had a bunch of notes. And we had got to the hotel. She was like, "You ready to exchange notes?" That right there, that right there stirred me up because on 2 levels. I don't see a ring. You're married. Are you married?
I am not. No.
Okay, cool. But I think you guys might be able to relate, Aaron and Jacob, right?
I'm glad you had to ask. I was going to next. I forgot.
So it looks bad on me. and so I think we feel more drawn to our wives whenever they want to interact in that conversation of business. And so when we get back to the hotel, we were only there for like 5-10 minutes. My wife was like, "I can't wait till we start exchanging notes." And I'm like, "Oh, man, you're just stirring my heart, girl." Awesome. I was ready to lay some floor.
No.
Wrong podcast?
Wrong podcast.
Ricky, is your wife involved in the business with you?
Good question. Yes, she is. She's a year and like 2 months in.
Okay, nice.
The idea is to get her completely out of her job because she really wants to be more present with the family, and obviously I want her home more too.
And what about you, Aaron?
Is my wife involved?
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, what checks I do get from clients, on Mondays she deposits them. Okay. But overall, that's it at the moment, what she is doing. So
got it.
Good she works a full-time job. Just started back in October of last year. So
okay.
Yeah, so great experience. It was awesome. I look forward to next year. It was awesome to see a lot of faces from Equip and a lot of new faces, that I didn't meet at Equip. So it was just like another family reunion. And so It was awesome. Kudos to Brian and everybody in the background, that was working hard on this thing and putting it together. So I'm glad to have met all you guys. So I guess it's off to you now, Jacob. What do you think?
Take it away.
I can't top that, but
oh, come on.
No, I got to meet some really awesome people here, and we were at Together in the Trades in Montana as well, and that was actually our first event that we'd gone to with anyone kind of in this circle of landscape pros, and that was really great. We had a blast there, learned a lot, got to meet some really cool people. So that's why we decided we were gonna go to Equip, but then we had the kid and we couldn't do that, so we came out here kind of last second. But
got it.
Like for me, this was our first time here. My wife came with me because she kind of helps out in the business as well. You guys just pushing random buttons?
I am. I'm hoping something will clap while you're talking. I'm trying to applaud you. Jeremiah was there for a minute. The lights turned on. I don't know what I probably messed up, but we're listening, Jacob.
All right.
No, I think
I'm just going to be talking, and there's going to be crickets going off in the background.
We were talking. Ricky was playing. Anywho, continue on, Jacob. Sorry.
How old are you? 33? Are you sure you're not like 12, bro?
I'm 33
pushing all these
years
random
young.
buttons. But I got a Google Doc full notes. I don't really write on paper because I'm a really young person.
That's what I plan to do, but because they had the notebooks out, I figured, I'm going to use the notebook.
Peer pressure. You're like, oh, I'm going to write it down. The problem is with me, I'll lose the notebook, and then I'll lose all my notes. So everything goes on the phone so I don't lose it.
Yeah, I prefer to do it on my phone because my phone is always in my hand, and I'm assuming that's the reason why you said that.
I'm addicted to my phone, so it's with me everywhere.
Got it.
Was this your first year here?
It was. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. First time. We'll probably come back again next year. We learned a lot.
What was it? Everything you expected? Did it over exceed?
No, it was. I had high expectations, and it met the high expectations.
Sweet.
I don't know if it like over exceeded because I set high expectations for it. So it's good that it met my high expectations.
Right.
So that's awesome.
So it met the level of hype that was being brought.
Yes,
awesome.
The hype is absolutely correct.
The clapping button. I needed the clapping button. You know,
there we go.
For Brian because
Applause.
it met the hype. You know, and then I mean Jeremiah's been putting out ads to promote the event, and that child you hear screaming, that is actually.
I think that
Jack
might
Jennings.
be. I think it might be Jack.
Yeah, I don't think it's mine. Mine's not that loud.
It's too masculine of a scream too. I'm sure your daughter has her moments, but that sounds.
Oh
like
yeah, she can hit some really high octaves, especially in the car.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's bad, almost shattering glass.
Yeah. So kudos to you, Jeremiah, for all the ads, man, promoting Entrepreneur Academy, and then the opportunity to be here. So thanks, Jeremiah. And
so Kyle, is this your first year?
It is my first year.
Nice.
So I am the experienced one, but I ain't been here. I ain't been here that many times. But go on, continue. Sorry.
No, same thing what you guys have all said. I mean, it got hyped up a bunch, and as it should, and it definitely. I mean, it was a great experience for sure. All the speakers were great. I mean, it's definitely something I will be coming back to. I mean, it definitely didn't disappoint.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is year number 2 for me. We were here in 2021. Finances kept us from last year, and I hated it. I hated missing it because 2021 was phenomenal. Keith Kalfas was here in 2021, so to hear him again when we come back was just even better. Brian says that if you come to me at the end of the show at 5:30 on Saturday and you tell me it wasn't what you thought it was going to be or it wasn't worth it, he tells you, I'll give you your money back.
Oh, yeah.
You should be paying more for this show. If you got in before the late fee or whatever he calls it, you need the early access. Whatever it's called.
The early bird special.
The early bird. There it is, early access. That's like a video game thing. But early bird, the 197, you paid, I think, $247 or $249, whatever it was. That $249 is worth it, It's the price is very minimal to the amount of knowledge that you learn.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Something that I really enjoyed is this is my first year having an employee, a legit employee, not a summer help.
Congratulations.
Working in the summer for 2 months, not there to grow the business, there just to relieve me from trimming, But this year, I had a guy. So a big part of the talk was leadership. And that was I don't know if it was planned. I don't know if gave him a topic. I don't know if Brian gives like an idea of what they're going to talk about at LAL. But a lot of them were talking on leadership. Leroy Maines was phenomenal. His whole speech was leadership.
Absolutely loved that. I took a ton of notes.
That was phenomenal to me. I enjoyed hearing that.
Yep.
And so next year I'll be here. I made sure of it this year, but next year I'm going to be here.
That's good.
And the question, I was on the side hustle last night and we were doing a recap of LAL. And one of
there
the
was
questions,
like 8 of you on that podcast. That was crazy.
There was. The question I asked was, if you weren't here, where were you at?
True.
Why are you questioning it? You need to be here. I was surprised when they asked the question at the start of LAL yesterday. How many of you been here for the first time?
It was like
half the room stood up.
Yeah, there were a lot.
That blew my mind because I wasn't expecting that. It was just crazy to think that there was I think they were saying 400.
Yeah, about 400.
Almost 400, and half of them were first timers.
Yeah,
which is just evidence too that you need to be here because more and more people keep coming. New people keep coming. Now you wonder why maybe someone that hasn't been here, that's been here before, ain't here again. Things happen in life. You just can't always come. But it's just awesome to see it growing. I know it started. I think it was like 150 the first year. And now he's up to almost 400.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And there was room to have more tables in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he said it. I think he said he was only trying to fill up the room to like 300, and then it went
I think he was aiming for 350, but had room for more.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, we could probably fit 500 in here."
Easily
is what he was saying, and so it seemed like we could have probably done more than an extra 100 in that room, though. But you know how that max capacity thing goes.
So, Ricky, for where you're at in business, which speaker really spoke to you yesterday?
They were all great, and this goes back to what you were saying, the leadership. because I'm in a phase in my company right now, and we spoke about this a little bit earlier. I was talking to you about it a little bit, is that I'm trying to get back into the hiring game. And, you know, I didn't want to get back into the hiring game anymore because, you know, of a certain experience that I went with somebody. It's not like things went bad and he took advantage of me. It was nothing like that. It was just, I was being, like I told you, Jacob, earlier, I was being a little over-emotional about it. He was the perfect employee, and the fact that he didn't want to stay and work, I really didn't want to, you know, waste the time trying to hire somebody, especially since I operate my company out of my home, right? And so with my mindset being so low and so petty and so dramatic, right? You know, if we want to put it in those terms, and there's probably more words to put, everybody speaking on leadership is exactly what I needed to hear. Because if I was a good leader in that moment, you know, I would have just tried to hire the next guy, right? And then hire the next guy. And so that's where I'm at right now. And so getting sharpened up in my leadership skills is something that I need. And so that's why I said all the leaders were great. And so I guess if we're going to name drop, you know, Leroy Maines, Sam Gimbel, and Weston Zimmerman were my favorite. And then Jeff Joyner with the closer. And so
Jeff Joyner's phenomenal.
Yeah. I think it was, what's his name? I just said his name. It was Leroy Maines, man. It rocked my world, and I think he was the one who said it. He was saying to make the to-don't list, right? Was that him who said it?
I think
It was.
wasn't that Sam?
I think
That
that
was
was
Sam
It was Sam
Gimbel.
Gimbel.
Okay, okay.
Because Sam and Leroy were the one. I got notes from every speech, but those two I have a ton of notes from because
Got it.
that's like we're getting ready to try and hire someone next year. So this was perfect. It was like exactly what I needed to hear. I got tons of good info from this.
Yeah. So if I knew we were doing this, I would have brought my notes, and I would have been throwing a lot of stuff. But I mean, you know, you go ahead. Who was your favorite speaker? That's what you were asking, right,
Yeah, I
Aaron?
was kind of just taking it that way, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam and Leroy were probably my two favorites.
Agreed.
And then Mark Bradley from LMN and Weston Zimmerman from Synced Up also had some really phenomenal things to say as well. Well, I mean, everybody had great stuff. I love
They were
Keith
great.
Kalfas. I've never heard Keith Kalfas speak before, so
Okay.
I've heard like on a podcast,
Yeah,
so I
same
know the first part of the story about the rich jerk customer that he was talking about. So that was good because otherwise I kind of would have been a little lost. But I've never seen him in person before. He's phenomenal.
I love when he in person. I think he said the guy was Greek, and so it's funny
Yeah,
every time he
yeah.
impersonates him. It's hysterical.
But yeah, those other guys with the leadership stuff, that was super good because that's like I got tons of stuff that we're going to try and implement next year. And then later on at the end, I went up and I talked to Leroy Maines for a couple minutes about just like what he would recommend or some suggestions for like a guy trying to hire their first employee. And he was super nice, gave me his card actually so I can email him because he wants to send me a list of like the questions that they ask in interviews.
Okay.
Because he was talking about how he says a lot of companies will just ask like, why do you want to work here? And, you know, you get the typical response, because I need a job, stuff like that, which are red flags for people you don't really want in your company.
Right.
So he says the questions they ask during their interview process are a lot more deep, you know, like what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Stuff like that, because they're trying to find people that are actually going to be committed team members. And that's really, really useful info. I'm definitely going to put that to work as well.
Send me that list.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll get your email when we're done here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be
Kyle?
a better leader here.
See, it's hard to just pick one, so I really don't know, and I'm not going to pick one. I don't know. They were all good. I mean, Sam, I just liked his no bull crap. I'll watch my language. Bull crap attitude. I mean, that's how I am. That's how everyone should be. Is
Right.
there's no reason to sugarcoat stuff. So, and say it how it is. If someone doesn't like it, so be it. I don't know. I liked his no bull crap attitude and straightforward.
Yeah,
But I thought everyone was great. So
that's awesome.
I mean, I agree. Leroy Maines was phenomenal. Like I have said that. One speaker that I love because he has so much passion is Brian's. You know, he gets up there and he's like, you know, I don't want to be up here. I don't know what to say.
Well, I think Brian's speech was everybody's favorite.
Yes.
It was the whole, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Well, and two, it's
But
it's a
apart
Brian
from him,
It's a
you
Brian
know,
you don't see
yeah,
if you're out walking at Equip, you're not going to get this Brian.
No.
You know, it's even outside of him talking at LAL, you don't see that Brian.
Mm-hmm.
This was his passion coming forth, his where they're at, what they've been through. I'm not just a guy with 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not with a guy, what was it, 2.8 million downloads on the podcast?
Almost 3 million.
And it's not that. He's you, he's me, he's Jacob, he's Kyle. He's just a regular guy who's doing everything he can to help us.
Awesome.
He's not doing this event for himself. He's not doing it to make a bunch of money, because we all know if he was going to make a bunch of money, 197's not making money.
Yeah.
Because I believe he said the dinner bill was $40,000 alone.
I was just about to say it for you.
That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
To feed 400 people. So if the dinner bill was that, imagine what it cost to rent this room. You know, imagine what it cost
I'm pretty
to
sure he
do.
shared it on a podcast, too.
Right, I'm sure he has. But like, imagine what it costs for the hub. You know, for the Friday night meetup thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do any of those things.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure if he said you're on your own for lunch, take an hour and a half break, like everyone will be fine with that.
Yeah. And Brian, man, that's the thing about Brian and his heart. You know, he wasn't going to send you out to go eat something.
Yeah.
You know, he speaks in his podcast on how much he wants to take care of his people.
Yeah.
And he was like, I wasn't going to get crappy food either, is what he said. So yeah, the food was good too. He wanted to make sure everybody was going to eat well and have a good time.
It's phenomenal in the end. You know, like I've said, if you ain't here, what are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
What's your excuse? You know, to me, there is no excuse. Now, if you have life, that's different. I'm not saying that. So don't come on. If you're listening to this podcast and you're going, well, I didn't have the finances, or I had this, that I understand. But if you're like, I had a leaf cleanup job, if you're blessed and you're still mowing yards, I was mowing yards, or I was doing a hardscape job, or even if you're installing a pool, you know, if you're into whatever you're doing, yes, you can make money. I get that. It's always good to make money. That's what we strive for.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn how to run your business here. This is what this is about, learning how to run a business. And if you didn't come because you didn't want to spend $800,000, I know you came from Washington State. Flights are a whole lot more to come that far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Still, it's worth it.
Right.
Totally worth it.
You're coming the farthest. So
Yeah.
my guess, when we went to Montana together in the trades, it was like $2,000 for just me and my wife just to fly. Wow. That was not the car rental. That was not the hotel. That was no other expenses. That was just the flight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And the great thing about this is it's in the Midwest. Like, it's where the bulk of lawn care and landscaping companies are. There's so many out here.
Yeah.
Most people can just drive here. It's a day, 2 at most on a weekend, and $250 and tank of gas. It's not that bad. Like, it's nothing, guys.
Yeah.
Unless you're me and you drive the 3500 Duramax.
Oh,
That's 150 a tank. So
That's just crazy.
yeah,
But-
that's a little rough. But your gas is so much cheaper out here.
But also, when I filled up yesterday, trucks hardly drove. This tank of fuel will take me all the way home.
Oh, that's good.
I can drive 600 miles on a tank. It's under 600
Nice.
miles. So
Nice.
the tank will get me all the way home. So I'll spend $300 in fuel to drive. So me, that's worth it. You know, some people could fly. You know, you could be here an hour. Like from St. Louis is where I'd fly out of to here. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a 2-hour drive to the airport, 2-hour drive back when I get back. The flight's going to be more than I'm spending in fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, I just drive. I enjoy the drive. Good time to listen to podcasts, catch up.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, it's an easy drive. That's what Brian says. If you're within 6 to 8 hours, dude, you can drive it.
Oh, yeah.
Simple. And so
Yeah, I wasn't going to drive 18. That was just
no,
crazy.
that's a long way. I don't expect no one to drive.
3-hour flight, and but man, Delta was horrible on this one. It was horrible.
Brian has an experience with Delta.
Oh, he sure does. He ranted like almost. I don't know. I'm not gonna say time.
That's
but
because Delta is terrible. I fly Southwest.
I flew Southwest to Equip. Absolutely smooth.
They're so much nicer.
Southwest is so good. I forgot to check in my gun. They said I was fine. Go ahead. I'm so serious. I am so serious. And with Delta, man, I had to go. You know, we had to fill out a little card, and then they took you down to the little conveyor belt that runs your whole suitcase. They popped that thing open. They were trying to open up the lock boxes. They couldn't get it open. It's like, come on, dude. It has a pin on it. And then and they finally let us go. But, man, we were there for 15 minutes, you know, them just messing around with the lock boxes. And then finally we go back up. Then we had to go through TSA. I let my wife pack my, pack my stuff. Typically I pack my own stuff, but she was she was so anxious, to go. Like, she was excited, and so she just started packing everything. So she packed my gun for me. And she forgot that I hold an extra mag inside of my bag that my gun is always in. So what do you think happened at TSA?
They found that mag.
Yeah.
And so we ended up missing our flight. Yeah. And so, I think there was a lady behind me that actually missed out on her flight too, because, we were there waiting a couple of hours for the next flight. We didn't have to pay more. I guess you could say that's where Delta is good, right? They got us some seats in the next flight. It was like 2 hours later, and I saw that lady pass by, and I'm like, oh snap! I hope I'm not the reason why, she's still here. And so, yeah, I got caught, with the mag. They had to trash my mag with some hollow points in there, and it's like, ugh. I looked at my wife. I'm like, that's a lot of money,
Yeah, it's like $50-$60 just for the hollow points.
So you guys know what I'll be buying when I get back home.
You sure it's not a clip, by the way?
Don't you dare!
Don't you
do not dare!
We ain't in the hood, bro.
Anyone that was listening.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty though. When I first got my gun, I'm like, yeah, the clip and the
20-round clip.
Yeah, right. And then the guy at the counter, he was like, his eyes, I'll never forget. He was like, it's a magazine. The look he gave me was hysterical.
No, I don't read. I don't like to read. What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna lie. Because TSA took so long when he said there was a magazine, I automatically envisioned an actual magazine for a minute. Because the thing, I didn't think I actually had a magazine in my bag, and so I immediately pictured it, and then it hit me, and I was just livid. I'm like, babe, how could you? And yeah, so that was.
Is it an expensive fancy mag too?
I mean, I think it's like $30, and then and plus
bad.
The hollow points. Yeah. I mean,
it still sucks, but like at least it's not like a $60 mag from like a SIG or something.
No. So I got the Shield 2.0.
Okay.
And it with the compact mag, it only holds 6, and so I mean, if you know what you're doing, you don't need more than 6 rounds. All you need is 2 or 3, and you'll get the job done. But yeah, and so
unless you're a gun control lawmaker, and then we definitely need more than 6, way more than 10.
That's a dangerous path to go down. Back to LAL.
We don't like guns, guys.
We're going to get this podcast. He's not going to be able to use any of this.
So at LAL, we're always mixed in with another event. Everyone, if you've been here before and you're listening, we're mixed in with the sewing event.
Well, that's funny.
Last year, I did not come, but last year was dogs, apparently. There's some kind of dog show going on.
Yeah.
This year, we got Comic-Con. What is your guys' opinion of Comic-Con?
People are dressed up in all sorts of things out here.
They've been walking by, and I'm just like,
yesterday was crazier, too.
Jeff Joyner was talking in his speech how they went to a Comic-Con, and I think he said his 12-year-old daughter was standing in line. There was this guy standing there he was in a green Power Ranger suit, he's a big dude, spandex type tight, and she goes, those are my kind of people, Dad. And me as a father, I'd been like, what are you talking about? Explain yourself. And he said, why you say that? And she goes, because these people don't care what everyone else thinks about them. Mm-hmm. They're just doing what they love. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he wrapped it into this, but that's what we're doing. We don't care what people think about us. We don't care what our family thinks, because I don't know about all of you, but like my mom doesn't fully understand why I drove 8 hours on a Friday, 8 hours. We're going to drive 8 hours home today for a one-day event up in Michigan. Mm-hmm. They just don't understand it. Why would you spend
cutting grass too?
Exactly. Yeah. Why are you now? She doesn't know how much I spent, but we're going to spend at least almost $1,000. Yeah. Why would you spend $1,000 to go? Now she knows she's not fully against it, but she don't understand it.
Yeah, I have the same situation with my side of the family and friends. Heck, the Lyft driver on the way here, I told him, he was asking what's going on over there. I said, it's a massive event for the green industry. What's the green industry is what he asked me. And so I had another guy that that said the same thing too. He was like, it sounds like a working plant or something like that when I said green industry. And so I told the Lyft driver like that guy too, this industry is a lot bigger than what most people think. And so, and we take it very seriously. And I think that's where you were going.
Right.
And so we're committed.
We are. And it's like, even though our families are around us all the time, they just don't understand what we're doing fully. So like to be here at LAL, to talk to all of you, some of you I've met Kyle for the first time. I knew who Jacob was. I haven't really talked to you a lot. Obviously I know you, Ricky, from Equip, and so like it's
crazy the connection, right? Like we don't know each other from Adam, but the connection from Equip to now is like we're buds already. You know what I mean? And
and it's just what you do here. You know, it's you if you go at home, you don't connect like this about lawn care with anybody. You know, you may have a few buddies around that other companies that you talk to, but it's still not may not be to the full same level. It's a little different. Like at home, like my buddy, was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. He needed my dump trailer. He's like, hey, can I borrow? I'm like, sure. I was like, not a problem. You know, I've charged him in the past, but I don't know who I was listening to, where I was at. It's like, I don't charge. I just let him borrow it. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Because I know he'd be willing to help me with anything that I had.
Y'all are better than me.
I try. And I know he's going to be good with it. And it was funny. He called me. He goes, this thing got a lock for the dump? I was like, no. I was like, it's just push the button. He goes, well, it ain't going up. I was like, you know, I've been struggling with this thing. It's a center push dump hydraulic instead of at the end. It's in the middle. I hate those.
Yeah.
Because it's like a 6-ton. You can haul up to 6-ton, dump 3.5, 4. It wasn't even 3 ton in there, and it wasn't dumping it. Kind of find out, I think a buddy that had borrowed it, I think he might have held the button down too long when he was down in it, and it was kind of stuck. They said when they pushed on it, it went up. But I told him, I was like, because he was hand shoveling, I was like, well, I'm glad I wasn't going to charge you to run this dump trailer because you're out here hand shoveling on something you're supposed to be dumping.
Yeah.
And then just be easy. But he said it was working afterwards. But it's just like I have those connections, but it's just so encouraging, strengthening. Like you can come here drained, like, man, it's going into the winter. Work ain't there. I don't have maybe you don't have your winter fund. I'll be honest, I don't have my winter fund. This year was hard on me and the wife. My wife's working full-time job. Thought we were going to have money, be able extra. We get to now and we're like, where to go? You know, it's like.
See, but like I don't know who spoke about it. Maybe you guys can touch on it. This was a non-negotiable for you though.
Right.
Because this is one of those things where the $197 that you probably paid or the $249, whichever, that's going to make you 10x the amount you invested. And so it's a non-negotiable. It doesn't matter, how broke you are. You're going to come here to learn how to make that money back, times 10.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, if you don't learn, you can't get better.
That's right.
No. You don't want to stay where you're at. You just get in a rut and get stuck, and you'll never move forward. Never move forward.
I actually have a question, right? And it forces us to stay on the topic of LAL, right? I was at the hotel, and I overheard somebody speaking. And he said, while all the information was good here, I guess you could say I was eavesdropping a little bit, but I mean, when you start talking the green industry, I'm all ears. I'm trying to listen to every conversation to hear what you're talking about. And so what he was saying was, he was like, it's cool everything that they spoke about, but he was wishing that there was more tips and trick on how to run a weed eater or something like that. Better ways to maneuver, equipment and stuff like that. I guess anybody could weigh in on where I'm going with this. Would you say that there's a place for that here in LAL?
So those are like beginner class things, like your 101. I think Brian uses the same terminology, like the 101 classes. LAL events like this are the more advanced stuff. So like yeah, if you're just starting and you're still kind of figuring out, like that fellow was, how to run a string trimmer or a mower. Yeah, I would still say come to LAL because you're going to learn a lot of stuff that if you're not here, you're not learning it.
Yeah.
But that's those are things that I think Brian has his online classes on Entrepreneur Academy. Specifically, a lot of them are designed for people who are just completely new to this. And that's where you'd get that sort of info, just the basics, 101, how to start doing this, how to run a mower, stuff like that. But then you still want to keep learning. So, you build on that stuff so you can actually advance your business.
Agreed. Yeah, I won't say anything. I already have my take, and I agree with you. Do you have something you want to throw in there?
Well, as far as, I don't know how old this gentleman was or whatever, but it doesn't matter.
He had grays, which surprised me.
Doesn't matter what the age is or anything, but that's something that this isn't, like Brian said on his whatever, that's what Equip Expo's for. Go run the equipment down there. This is, he says, teaches you to make money with that mower or whatever equipment you go down there for. So this is more in-depth on strengthening your business, not necessarily the fundamentals of running a mower or backing a trailer or whatever. That's just something. Go to your store, buy one, and do it. You're not going to be a professional overnight.
No.
You got to do it. Just do it, and you're going to get better over time. So
you can learn that here. And you know how you do that? You sit down with guys like us and be like, hey, how do you do a string trimmer? What way do you do it? What's a good way to do it? How do you mow a certain way? Sit down and chit chat. You know, that the class is, yes, all day Saturday, but if you're here Friday and if you're here Sunday morning, or you're here, you don't leave out till Sunday afternoon, find somebody to talk to. You know, there's people before the event, there's breaks, there's after, it's over at 5:30ish. You got all evening Saturday to talk if you're not leaving out. Sit down with somebody, if that's a question you have, because I agree, that's a like you said, that's a basic 101. And I'm not saying it couldn't be taught here, but it's like you have more people that are looking for past that, so look, grab somebody that just sit down with them, like, hey, do you got a minute? I'm new in business. I know how to trim, but I think I'm not doing it in a way that could be better. I want to do better, and so that's what you want to do. And that's what I would recommend. If you're coming to these events and you have those questions, just stop somebody, catch somebody, because everyone's willing, and I agree. There is some people here, they kind of, you can see them, they're sitting off to the side, probably a first year. They're kind of watching. They want to talk, but they don't know. And I was like that in 2019 when I went to Equip for the first time. I mean, there's Brian, or hey, I know that guy from Instagram, or it's just, you see different people, but you don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I was there for the equipment. Now I go to Equip, or you come to like LAL, or you go to Together in the Trades, or any other of these other events, and you're there to talk to people. You're there for what's going on, but in the end, you also want to sit down and chit chat. Sitting at down the hotel bar here, it's like, had the conversation. There was a bunch of people down there last night.
It was wild.
We went out to dinner.
And a couple celebrities.
Right. Apparently there was some celebrity. I didn't know them. Guess I was too young for that.
We're the same age, and I knew him.
Well, I don't. I agree. It is what it is.
I guess it's about what you were exposed to.
Yes, I would say that. But like you can go out to dinner with anybody. We hung out with Rory Kendall with Patriot Lawn Services.
It's
exactly.
the fellowship, man. I mean,
exactly. It's you can learn so much outside of what you learn in the event. You can learn other things on the outside. You want to do basic 101. If you want to, you can talk numbers. We could sit here and discuss, what our per mulch of yard install, our rock install, what's your minimum for grass? What is your per hour on install of a landscape, a hardscape, whatever you're at. We could literally have that discussion sitting here, and we're not going to be like, oh, they're gonna criticize us. Now, if we're low, we're going to be like, hey, raise your rates. But at the same time, you're not going to be criticized. You're not going to be worried about how they're going to come steal my work from me. And it's because we all want to share. We all want to help each other grow, because you can get stagnant. You don't want to be a body of water that is still, because what grows? Algae, moss. You got things survive, but other things start growing. A moving water, you're always moving, you're always growing, and that's what you want to do. And so it's just a matter of getting here. And it may not talk about it in there, but you can find somebody on the outside that you can have that conversation with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I love about this community is everyone's super friendly.
Yes.
I love it. I feel like you guys are my family and never had the chance to see you guys. Yeah. It's awesome. And Cornell Mack is walking by right now, and it's like I get depressed when I go back home and I can't be around you guys no more, because I'm around my brothers, like Aaron was saying, but it's not my brothers right here. So I didn't mean to cut you off. So
no,
I'm feeling that emotion, well, at least on my end.
Go for it, man. Yeah.
Do you have the confidence to bid for and land commercial contracts? Hey friends, it's Marty, and at LaunchpreneurAcademy.com, we want to help you unlock the opportunity to capture more commercial work. Brian has a training program that not only provides you access to the lawn care, landscaping, commercial contract that he uses in his biz, but you're also going to get access to an explainer video where he shows you exactly how to use this contract and help you earn more from area businesses and companies. Now is the time of the year to lock in commercial work, and this contracting strategy will help you do just that. Open up the doors to unlimited possibility with your lawn and landscaping business and approach commercial work with confidence with this extremely affordable commercial contract. Download it today for just $49 at the Entrepreneur Academy. A quick link is in the show notes.
Yeah, and like I catch myself sometimes, especially at the beginning of events, being like kind of overly standing in a corner kind of thing till I get enough caffeine pumping through my body. That's why you see me chugging Mountain Dew all the time, because then I get a lot more bolder and I talk to people. But like everyone's super friendly. They're all so easy to talk to. There's no one who's you're gonna come up to someone and they're gonna be like, "Nah, I don't want to talk to you."
Everybody's an open book, and that's what I love.
Yeah, absolutely, I love it.
Yeah. You know, what I was gonna chime in when I brought up that topic here was that to find out about an event like this and equip and all that, you should have easily been able to find those videos. You know, with Jonathan, with Florida Turf Pros, and all these other people on how to properly edge, on how to properly weed. I mean, Brian has done dozens of videos too on should we use a stick edger or should we use a weed whip, you know, on edging. And so all that information is there. I mean, you know, the promotion of the Darwin grips and all that stuff. I mean, all that content is there. And so my take is I don't think there's space for a segment like that in this kind of event. I mean, there was just a super load of information that was just dumped on us yesterday. And if you weren't writing, shame on you. Yeah.
Well, sorry.
We get the replay back. We do. We have access to it. So technically, something we missed, we can go back.
Okay.
I think it's like there's so much time. It'll take them to get it all together. Yeah. But we will have access to it, so we can go back and technically.
Now, is that access just for us, or are people who didn't attend?
You know what?
I think it is. Yeah.
It is, but people that didn't attend have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's included for us.
Yeah, because they have the recordings of the older events on his website.
Except for 2021.
Yeah.
They didn't get a recording of that one?
The bag disappeared. As far as I'm aware, it was never found.
Oh, man.
It was unfortunate because, like, his realtor, Trisha
Dork.
Yes. She spoke, and I don't know if you've ever heard that lady talk, but I've
heard her on a podcast.
At LAL, it was like, so you ever heard, you're drinking from a fire hose? Yeah. With Trisha, it was like you're drinking from two fire hoses. She was just 100 miles an hour, and I'm just like, she was talking a lot of good stuff, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there like it's pushing me back in my chair, like my brain can't process this fast. I'm not from the South, but I'm farther down where you don't talk that fast.
Well, if you needed a moment to slow down in this year's, it was Mark Bradley's. He took his time.
I had never heard Mark Bradley speak, and he was very soft-spoken.
Yes.
I mean, he was very powerful at the same time, but he was, I don't know, for a guy that runs a $50 million company, he just came across as, he looked, I hate to say this, but he looked normal.
Yeah, you wouldn't. If I walked into him in a street, I wouldn't know that he's run a company that big because he's just so calm and chill.
Oh yeah, and the way he just said, "Oh yeah, my lowest paid person is like $50 an hour, and I'm over here making $7 million."
Yeah,
and this was years ago, so there's no telling what the man's making now.
Now is he's from Canada, right?
Yes,
okay.
Correct, yeah.
So that is probably Canadian dollars, maybe. But I calculated it out.
That million.
It's still $40 an hour, $41 an hour. I looked it up.
That's a lot. Okay, that's awesome. Thanks for the intel.
Yeah, well, because I was blown away that he's got
even
his company to the point.
A lot for over here, yeah.
Oh yeah, to be able to pay someone, your lowest paid employee, $40 an hour for a guy running a string trimmer or whatever. That's amazing. Yeah. And I got notes on that too, like to be able to get your business to the point where you can afford to pay good employees more than a living wage, so that they're willing to stay around.
Yes.
Because a lot of
that was my bottleneck in starting the hiring process. I did not want to bring somebody on that I couldn't take care of them and their family. That's a huge responsibility because it's more than just me, my wife, and my 3 kids. It's whatever that guy has too. And so if I'm not dishing out $4,000 plus for that guy, I didn't want to put anybody on.
Yeah, that's what's been holding me back from trying to hire someone too. Is I'm very concerned about being able to take care of them because I don't want to let them down. And hire someone and be like, you can work 40 hours a week. We're going to pay you $20 an hour or whatever. And then, if I mess something up on sales for the year and then we're not able to do that, I don't want to do that to them.
Yeah. That's really good.
It's also trying to find somebody.
Oh, man. It's tough over in Florida.
That's why I was so scared of before I even started hiring was because trying to find somebody. Then so let's say you can mow. I'm primarily mowing. I can mow 60 yards a week by myself.
Get out of here. You guys must not have sidewalks and stuff like that.
We don't have that many sidewalks.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't have to do a lot of edging.
Oh yeah, we have to edge every visit.
Yeah, we don't. We have my
And
properties that I edge on every week. But there's properties that there's a driveway.
Wow.
It's gravel. It may be asphalt, but it's like chipped. You're not edging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You're gonna be. You don't edge that.
That's not common.
So
in
it's
my area.
I got a 6-acre property that there's no edging required.
Nice.
It's just 6 acres of mowing.
Nice.
The driveway is not a concrete driveway. It's a chipped asphalt here and there. One area is good, the other is bad. But so I can do 60 by myself. Now it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's, I can do them all in 5 days. But there's some days you may be working longer or others if something happens. But for me to get past that, so let's say we're up to 85 we're mowing a week. Actually, this year we averaged 70 to 75. I had 90 accounts. But you get to that and you have a guy, it needs a guy. You're mowing 75 a week. I said my max was 60, then you lose your employee.
That sucks.
Do you have time to go find somebody? No, you really don't, because now you're working 12 hours a day, pushing into 6 days of mowing, trying to keep up. And hard to find somebody on a Sunday when that's – and a lot of people are Christians or religious of some sort, whatever you may be. Sunday's your day of rest. Now I know there's some the Saturdays their day of rest as well.
Yeah.
But you normally don't. Whatever day is your day of rest, day you don't do nothing, your family, you don't have time to be trying to find an employee. And that's where I was at. I had a guy for 2 months, and he basically decided he wasn't made for the job. I think he was fighting some mental stuff, but no call, no showing. And so I lost him. So then for the rest of the summer, I had my summer help, and he did work a little more with me this year, but it was still a struggle. I was still working the days by myself. I'm still working 12 hours a day trying to get done. And then I didn't have time to find somebody. I was right where I was. I was literally in the spot that I was afraid of. Get to where I need an employee, get the employee, lose them, and don't have the time to find somebody. Now, I was blessed with the guy that I have now. He called me. He reached out to me. Now, I was nervous because when he called, he explained his situation, said that he was a convict. And I was like, in my head, I'm going, oh, crap. What do I do?
And do you run your business out of your home?
Yes.
So that makes it tougher.
Yes.
That's the situation I was in.
But he was straightforward. He told me, and I don't mind saying this, his issue was back when he was 19. He's the same age as me. He's a year younger than me. He's 32. Was drugs. He had gotten a lot of trouble, and they hammered it on him. So he was in prison quite a bit for very little bit of stuff. But now he's trying to change his life, so I decided to hire him. Took the chance. Now he couldn't drive, also due to his past. Hasn't got his driver's license back yet. So I was like, instead of having him come to my house, because I didn't trust him at that moment, I was willing to hire him because I want to give someone a second chance. I wanted to say, no, I'm not going to hire you. But at the same time, there was something in me saying, give the guy a second chance.
That's awesome.
You can't just give up on someone just because they've had a bad past. We all have our flaws. We all have our weaknesses. And so I gave him a chance, but I was like, hey, I'll have you meet me at my church. I was like, I don't have a shop, so might as well just I'll meet you there. I'll pick you up every morning, and we'll go that route. And so it's worked out fine. But at this moment now, 2.5 months later, he's been at my house. He's met my kids. I've met his kid. He's told me, he's like, his girlfriend has said, Aaron's good for you. He's a good influence. He has said, I'm trying to change my life, and you're helping me on that aspect. Awesome. So it's like, He's went into details about his past. He's told me, I told him one time, he told me something the other day, and I'm like, I just sat there. He goes, I'm sorry, that was a little deep. I go, it caught me off guard. I go, but the fact that he's willing to tell me is phenomenal. And 2, his work ethic is amazing. But what's crazy is he's done lawn care in the past, but he didn't know how to stripe. We were doing leaves. He technically doesn't know how to mulch leaves because all he was ever on was the blower. Go do the blower. Go do the blower. He knows how to blow leaves like you won't believe. He gets out there. If we're in a smaller yard, I'm on the mower. He's out there blowing leaves, getting them into the right spot. I don't tell him, don't put it there, put it here. No, he knows. I'm not putting it there. I'm going to put it here because that's where it needs to go to be easier on the mower guy. Like trimming. He can trim. He turns his string a little long in my opinion. He runs it like 8 inches on each side.
Oh, we do the same thing in Florida. We're trying to cover as much ground as possible.
Right, but you're full throttle all the time, and the engine. So instead of getting that
If you got a
good sound,
he's all right.
I do, but it's still it'll bog a 2620 down if you get out too long, and he does.
Yeah.
But he's quick.
Okay.
And he is clean.
That's
But
awesome.
what's also cool is I didn't have to tell him, hey, he'll holler at me. I'll get done mowing, and usually I have to grab the trimmer to help finish up my summer help, and he'll be like, I'll hear him holler, so I take my earbuds out. I look at him, he'll be like, blow off. He gives that hand signal that we all know how the communication.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I do though.
he knows where he's at in the yard, that he can finish and doesn't need my help, and that it'd be quicker for me to start blowing off. And we've done the same thing together. We'll both be trimming, and I'll be like, I'll catch him, like, hey, and I'll be like, go blow off. We're at a spot where I can finish this, and you can get that done, and we're getting done at a quicker time.
Got it.
I didn't have to teach that.
Yeah.
I've had to teach him how to stripe. It's funny. He's like, yeah, I run V-rides. I run all stand-ons.
Yeah.
And so he'll be like, man, I'll look over at you. You're over there with your phone out, sending a text message with one foot propped up, mowing a straight line. He goes, as soon as I look away from the mower, from where I'm mowing, he goes, I can't keep a straight line. He goes, I struggle to keep a straight line, trying to keep a straight line.
Yeah.
He goes, and you're over there texting. He goes, what is this? So it's like I've had to teach him that, the concept of that. And then, like I said, leaves. He knows how to blow leaves, but he didn't really know how to mulch leaves. He leaves the chute open all the time. And so I was like, we got to get some training on that. But he's been good. I've told him I got to lay him off at the end of the month, just because I don't have the work and I got to protect my family with financials. And he understands that, and his wife or his girlfriend works, and so they're okay on that aspect. Mm-hmm. But he wants to come back next year, and he's like, I like where I'm at. He goes, I've been offered jobs, but I like where I'm at.
Yeah.
He goes, I like being around you. And so will he be around forever? I don't know. But it's been a blessing from the first guy that I had that didn't want to show up, that wanted no-call, no-show. The only time he reached out to me the week that I fired him, because he no-call, no-showed 4 days in a row. Mm-hmm. Or, we were off that Monday because of Memorial Day. But he didn't call in. He no-call, no-show the next 3 days. He reached out Friday, wanted that paycheck. Knew he would reach out for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was like, from him to what I have now is night and day difference. I know it's not always going to be like that. He made my wife has said jokingly, we'll see if he shows up. We'll see if he's there next year. I hope he is. He acts like he is.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know why we went down that path, to be honest.
Well, Jacob brought up the topic of employees, and I think this is a good topic to cover, and that's okay. I'll delve into a little bit, and I think what's key in what he's saying, I can't remember if it was Leroy or Sam that said it, but he has showed the picture of the person that I think that was probably Jeff actually that said it. But I don't know if he's gonna stay, and so I don't want to waste my time training him. And it's like, well, if you don't do that, you'll be a mower or a skid upside down somewhere. Yeah. But then if you teach them, and I think the real fear was teaching them everything they need to know, and then they leave. And it's like, well, if you don't, you'll be that skid upside down or that mower upside down in the ditch.
Caleb and Brittany have had that same statement in a different way. I think as Brittany has used it in like an ad, and it was Brittany talking it. It's like I don't want to train him because he might leave. But what if you don't train him and he stays?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look where you're at. So it's like you got to teach him, because otherwise, yes, there's a chance that they're not going to stay. You don't keep all your clients. You have I don't know who said it. I remember it said it. So you lose your nice yards. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean you don't do a good job while you're there.
Yeah.
You don't provide good customer service. You don't provide above and beyond just because you're like, well, I picked them up in August. It's 2 months from the end of the season. They're probably not going to be here next year. If you give them crappy service, you didn't ask them, hey, are you going to sign up next year? You don't ask that question.
Yeah.
You just provide above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe their intentions was at the end of the year, just need to get me through.
Yeah.
My very first client, still have him to this day. You know why he hired me in August to mow his yard?
Quality?
His mower broke down, and he needed someone to get him through the remainder of the season.
Got it.
That was 7 years ago.
Yep.
Still mowing his yard to this day.
Wow.
And he's moved.
Nice.
I reached out to him on a whim. This was the end of 2016. 2017, I reached out. I was like, I know you said it was the end of the season, but I just wanted to see if you were interested in having me mow your yard again. He goes, actually, I am. He goes, I discovered I don't like mowing my yard, and I enjoy not having to do it.
The classic.
And it literally has turned into that. There was a time he goes, because all their kids have now grown and out of the house. They were young teenagers at the time, or they were like middle teens, 14, 15. He goes, when our youngest leaves, he goes, I'll probably get back into mowing. I'm still mowing his yard. He's become a YouTube star now. He does Legos.
Okay.
But yeah, so I still have my first and second client after
Sweet.
7 years.
That's awesome.
So it's like, that's cool to think. And I've had my fair share, mow them 1 year, they're gone the next. Move, maybe passed on, can't afford it. Kids get old enough to where they can mow the yard.
Yeah.
But you still provide the same service. If I'd have treated that guy in August at that year, I probably was done mowing by October because I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first year, I got into lawn care to make extra money.
Yeah.
That's what I did it for, and then I found out I loved it.
Yeah.
But if I'd have treated him like he said not next year, and well, who cares what it looks like? I probably wouldn't have got it the next year. He wouldn't have been like, he makes my yard look good, and I don't have to do it. I don't have to get out there for an hour and mow that yard. So it worked out. Just like you said, you treat them, whether it's your customer or your employee, treat them like they're always going to be there. Yeah. Is what you want to do. I don't know much longer we got. I know we've probably been almost an hour.
I know that. It's about to hit an hour. It's 10:20. Oh, as a matter of fact, they just ended.
So I
think the master class ended at 10:30.
So I say we wrap this up. I don't know how to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because Zach Wildy there.
Yeah, in the house.
I guess we'll end it like this. What are you going to do to make sure you're here next year? Start with you, Ricky. What is your plan to be here, or are you going to question it?
Oh, no, I'm going to be here for sure. It's a non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
And this is not to say Brian is not going to provide enough content, but even if the speakers are not that great, there is so much content within the circle we're sitting in right now.
Yeah.
And so it's like what we spoke about earlier. There's just so much to learn, from a Jacob and a Kyle. Yeah. All right. And so obviously Aaron. And so there's just so much content here, and so you're gonna learn no matter what. Even if you spend $249, $197 just to come talk, with a group of guys, you're gonna learn something. We were out, with Mr. Wild over here until like 2:30 in the morning, just hanging out, and it was absolutely wild. I didn't go to sleep till 3:30, so that was crazy. So it's not even a question. I'll be here. I'll be at Equip. I'll be here. We'll be at Together in the Trays. All these events that are coming up, man, because the camaraderie is second to none.
Right. Jacob, I know you traveled a long way, but and this is my opinion, you're the best reference. You've traveled the longest. Is it worth coming to next year?
Yeah. Actually, when we first decided to come this year, we were thinking we'd like alternate Equip Expo and LAL, but after on the way back yesterday to where we were staying, because we're not staying at the hotel.
You had to be lucky on that one. 18 hours this hotel sold out.
Really?
18 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the only reason why I missed out on the master class. I mean, it was only a couple days later.
Yeah.
I heard Cornell Mack was the first person to buy a ticket. He was on the plane to Together in the Trades. He bought the first ticket. Everything sold out within a couple days.
And it wasn't technically released. It wasn't fully released yet. Somehow he managed to find it, and Brian was like,
Brian landed, and he's like, "What in the world's going on here?"
Yes. Yes. What? Right. Right. So, what you can't hear is Zach is saying, buy your ticket now. Or for the hotel. Reserve the hotel now.
Today.
Reserve it today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you can. Yeah. Exactly. It's the same weekend, so you know where it's at. So technically, I know Lamont does that. Right, exactly. So it's
just reserve 2 weeks just in case they decide to work the dates, and then call and say, "Hey, I only need these dates."
Were you finished, Jacob?
No, but so I was gonna say
we should
my
end this
wife and
exactly
I
at an hour, so you got time. Go ahead. We're gonna let him do it.
My wife and I were talking about it, and I think we're gonna plan on coming to this every year now.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome right there.
Yeah, because I feel like this is LAL is probably a lot more value add than going to Equip. Okay. Like we're still going to go to Equip next year, and what we may do is Tiff might not come to both events just 'cause, I don't know. Well, it depends on what the baby's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the main thing for
Children
us.
matter.
And I don't say this to buffer you too much. I think the value is equally high, different, just from different angles. Mm-hmm. Because like at Equip, you get to hang out.
You learn
with
how to run a mower.
Yeah, you get the opportunity to test.
I already
stuff
know
out.
how to run a mower.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But that's what Equip teaches you. How
I got
to
on
run
the
a
mini
mower.
skids and the
Here it
full-size
teaches you
skids.
how to run your business at LAL.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
a difference. They're both informational. They're both awesome, but they have they take you two different directions of
Exactly.
where you're going.
Yeah, and like, I can go to a dealer and run equipment a couple hours from where I live. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to go to Kentucky to do that across the country.
I'm not even saying because of the equipment. I'm just saying being around the people. I mean, because what we're doing now, this was happening over at Equip, and it's awesome to get around too out here. And so I think they're both equally high. But now if we want to talk about education, LAL, hands down.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And how to level up your business.
Yes.
Yeah, LAL for sure. And they got courses over there, but I'm going to be a little biased here. LAL is where you level up for sure in your company.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'll be back next year.
Awesome.
Should be at Equip too.
Nice. We'll see you there. Try to make it together in the trades too, man. I want to see you there.
Kyle?
That one's gonna be a little rough this year for me.
I believe it.
It's like fly to Florida and then get on a cruise ship. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to take
You're good.
Kyle's
You're good.
time.
You're good.
I don't know. We're still undecided about together in the trades for 2024.
Well, you got like, 8-9 months to figure that
Yeah,
out?
hopefully.
We want to see you there is what we're saying.
Yeah, I'd like to go. We'll see if we make it happen.
Our
Montana was a little easier because I just drove there.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Our plan is to go, but I got to wait till spring to purchase stuff.
Yeah.
So, Kyle,
You're the
will you be
closer.
back next year?
I am going to plan to, yes. And I mean, it's just like you said, life comes up, whatever.
Yes,
but
I agree.
if life doesn't get in the way, which I don't think it will, I will be here.
That's awesome.
But I have nothing, no, I don't know.
Ill will against this
Yeah,
show?
nope.
I get it.
No magical words or anything. I'm just, I should be here. Yes.
Awesome.
What I love about the content, and I know you're in a transition in your business. I won't say anything if you don't want to say anything, but it doesn't matter even if you decide to leave the green industry or if you're in another industry. This is about being an entrepreneur. It's about building up and molding your entrepreneurial tendencies, right?
Yes.
And so all you need is the desire, man. And if you come here, these guys are going to get you where you need to be.
Right.
Because all those guys on stage, they were speaking from so many different angles to help you level up in your business.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter where you're at. So I'm glad to see all of you guys here. And yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up.
You have to close it with a Savannah voice since you didn't open.
Get the pocket knife back out.
Get the pocket knife back out. Flip the phone.
Your inner Savannah might come out if you're flipping the knife around in your hand or something.
No. We'll keep it simple. We'll say thanks to Jeremiah. He trusted us with his podcast board.
Yes.
Put a podcast out here. Hopefully it's doable. We're at an hour, so
yeah,
we'll
we're right in time.
Thanks, Jeremiah, and everyone. If you get to listen to this,
I'm sorry.
let us know what you think. We'll make sure and share it on our socials, and we'll tag each other in it. And you let us know what you think of this. If it was informational or if it was just a bunch of gibber gob.
Yeah.
And
if you don't want to give Jeremiah a 5-star because of this episode, that's okay.
Still give a 5-star.
Listen to all the other good episodes besides this one. But thanks, Brian. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Weston. Thanks, Caleb. Everybody who spoke, man, thank you.
Yes.
You guys did a phenomenal job at that event. And, yeah, thanks, Jeremiah, for letting us put on these headsets and chop it up.
absolutely, we'll catch y'all later.
See you guys on
Adios.
the next one.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.